Welcome back to Wild Nights. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Now, we've had some great guests in the past, and today is no exception. I've got an amazing artist with me. He makes amazing music, and I am so excited to sit down with him. So, without further ado, I want to introduce Marcus and have you tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, nice to be on the show, man. I've been doing music for a while. About 20 years. I'm 32. I've been doing it since I was 12.
Wow.
But I've been doing music for my friends, the homies, the family and stuff like that. I never really took it seriously until like 3 years ago for real.
Okay.
So
Very cool, man. Well, that's awesome that you're taking it seriously now and you're ready to take it to the next level.
hmm
So, man, if you've been doing music for 20 years, I'm sure there's been an evolution in your music, man. Tell
def-
tell me about that.
definitely I would say because I'm more of a lyricist, a real deep lyricist. You know what I'm saying? I want to make you feel like some heartfelt
Yeah.
music. I've always felt like I was ahead of my time lyrically. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But like I come from a whole different era where when I was doing music, it was just CDs. It wasn't no online streaming.
I remember
You
those
know what I'm
days,
saying?
man. Yeah.
So and it was like everybody was like had their own style too. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It was like way more, everybody was different. It was
Yeah.
unique. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like that's where I get my uniqueness from is because I started so long. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
seen everything evolve.
Absolutely.
So I evolved with the times for sure. And I feel like musically I got better because of my experiences in life.
Yeah.
So
Very
yeah.
cool, man. So, can you tell us a little bit about those experiences?
Yeah, grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. I was born in Kansas City, Kansas, Wyandotte, but
Okay.
I grew up my whole life since birth. You know what I'm saying in
Yeah.
Missouri. You know what I'm saying, and grew up. We used to play basketball, be outside boxing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Uh, my brother's a professional boxer, so that's where we started, boxing on the street. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah.
But I was doing music at a young age, like, like around 12 years old. So like I was 1 foot in the, boxing,
Yeah.
1 foot in the music. But yeah, so yeah, we just grew up doing that. We wasn't always like we wasn't perfect, you know what I'm saying? We
Sure.
skipped school,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We did bad things, in my past, like breaking houses, you know what I'm saying? And
Sure.
we did all that type of stuff, but that I'm not proud of for sure. But just regular though,
Yeah.
regular kid life.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I remember, I probably even shouldn't put this on camera, but I'm going to do it, man. I remember back when I was, God, I had to be like 16
Yeah,
when I first started smoking weed. And I don't smoke anymore, FYI, guys. It
that's
makes
good.
me super paranoid. But back when I was like 16, me and my buddy went into this abandoned, it wasn't abandoned, it was actually new construction. They were building a house and they didn't have doors on it. And of course, we needed a place to smoke pot,
Right,
right? We
right.
couldn't smoke at his parents' house. So we go into this house that's being built and we don't think anything of it. But apparently, they had like a laser alarm down at the very bottom of the entryway. So if you trip that laser, it alerts the police.
Wow.
So we're in there, we're smoking weed, and we hear the cops coming. So we start running out of the house, and we are just hiding in random people's bushes, trying to find our way back to his parents' house, but we're so high we can't find the way. And we see this van rolling down the street, and they've got a spotlight, literally looking for whoever it is, and they've got a spotlight on it, and we're in the bushes. Luckily, we're able to hide in the bushes. We don't get caught, but it was one of those things where today, now, I feel like I've been so blessed to have made so many mistakes in my past and really kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like never get caught. So wild nights, that's one of my wild nights that I've shared. So don't do what I did. Don't smoke pot. Don't
Uh,
break into new construction. But yeah, I was blessed not to get caught. So let's table the music for just a minute. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about your wild night, man. Tell me about tell me the craziest story that you can tell me on camera.
the only thing I can think of, You know, we was just bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting into stuff, throwing, as young kids, throwing rocks at houses, you know what I'm saying? Running
Yeah.
from the police, stuff like that. But we wasn't like into too much, you know what I'm saying? But just that little stuff like that, we was doing that. And it was, as I think back on it, I'm like, why did we do that? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but regular stuff like that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I know that it's one of those things where as you get older, you look back on it and you're like, damn,
Why did I do that?
why did I do that? And then you see kids now doing it and you're like, man, don't do it. Just
Yeah.
don't do it.
And it's crazy that people got to learn from their mistakes, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, in order to get on the right path, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we had people, you know what I'm saying, like, we should have like, listened to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we think back like, dang, I should have listened to him. And now we telling the young folks, you know what I'm
Now we're
saying?
the old heads,
Yeah,
right?
we the young old heads and
Yeah.
telling the young folks, no, don't do that. That ain't the right way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I got to the point where, all of my mistakes, my traumas
Yeah.
and the things that I've been through led me to God. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome, man.
So what I do now is just like I edify people, correct people through my music or just a simple conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I learned that you can't edify everybody if they don't want to be corrected.
Yeah,
So
that's the truth, man. People have to want it.
yeah,
That's
for sure.
the genuine truth.
Hmm.
Tell me a little bit about your progression to God, though. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, it's just like being around people that hold the truth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And being a man that just wanted to be more closer to God because a lot of people believe in God, but they don't know who God is. And
Yeah.
that's the problem with today. That's where you get these so many different, religions and beliefs and things of that nature because they believe in God, but they do not know who God is. So I just studied the word, been around I got a brother of mine. Well, he's actually like a friend, but he's a brother. We've been
Yeah.
knowing each other our whole life. He grew up as a Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He's been birthed into that life. You know what I'm saying? And he was around when we was growing up, making mistakes, doing stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he didn't like he wasn't a person that he was trying to wait for God to come to us. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I got it.
Sometimes you gotta be chosen for this, this life, this walk. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like you were chosen?
Yes, indeed, definitely.
Is there a moment, or was it kind of a progression?
Progression, definitely. Learning from
Okay.
mistakes and you know what I'm saying, and actually learning the word
Yeah.
and what could happen. This is where because the fear of God, well, I would say Yah because his name is Yahweh.
Okay.
The fear of Yah is the beginning of knowledge. Beginning of all wisdom is the fear of God, and to have the fear of God is to be obedient. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, I learned so much from the word and from people that are filled with the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are the people I want to be like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that I look up to. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why I do my music is for them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's not for everybody, but it's other people too if they want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the reason. That's my reason behind everything.
So have you found a really good community here in Kansas City that kind of has your ideals and beliefs?
Oh yes, it's a community called Straightway.
Okay.
They have a different Straightways though. You got Straightway Kansas City. You have Straightway Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
They're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even in other countries. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So like it's a very good, great community. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And they have different. They teach online. That's the sap on the Sabbath day. They do a lot of great things, you know what I'm saying? They have their own land, community, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's and they live by the book.
Very
you know?
cool. Very
So,
cool. Yeah, man. So it sounds like you've connected with them and you have some good connections.
yes, definitely.
So when it comes to your music, tell me a little bit about who inspires you.
Who inspires me? Well, I'm gonna say I got two reasons, as far as my inspiration. I first got inspired when when it's coming up, was 50 Cent. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? 50 Cent had that Get Rich or Die Trying out around that
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
I was like 10 years old, and I was like, wow, I like, that's when I was really interested in rap music.
Okay.
And my favorite song, my favorite rap song of all time was the 21 Questions.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, 50 Cent inspired me when I first started, but now my inspiration is God. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm a godly driven artist, and that's my inspiration right now.
Very
So
cool, man. Very cool. Now, you said you're very much a lyricist.
yes.
Now, whenever we look at like mainstream lyricists, like say Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, is there anybody that stands out to you kind of in the mainstream?
Oh yeah. Mainstream. I don't listen to too many mainstream artists, but definitely J. Cole. He's a great lyricist. I feel like Drake is a great lyricist.
Yeah.
Kendrick too. It's a lot of great lyricists. Nipsey. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I was a big fan of Nipsey before he passed.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think? Have you listened to Iceman by Drake?
I listened to it. Yes, it was a great. I listened to all three of his albums he put out. That's fact. In
Yeah.
fact, so like, yeah, Drake is just great at making music. It's all about. It's not you have to be. He's one of them artists that can do everything good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be
Yes.
well rounded in this game to
Yep.
really thrive.
Yeah,
So,
he's a lyricist. He can do R&B. He
hmm
can do everything, man. And I'll go on the record. This is going to be a little bit controversial, but I'll go on the record right now and I'll say Iceman is my favorite album of all time.
for sure,
It's
for sure.
that good, man. I can't tell you the amount of bangers on that album is just insane. You've got Little Birdie, you've got Janice, you've got National Treasures, you've got Ran to Atlanta. You've got so many hits on that album, man. So shout out to Drake. Absolutely insane album. Absolutely love it. So yeah, man, that's cool that you've got some lyricists that you're inspired by, and that it sounds like right now God is really your biggest inspiration, but you still listen to some mainstream. So let me ask you, as far as collaborations go, are there any artists that you'd like to collaborate with?
The only artist I would love, like as far as mainstream or like both.
Both. Any artists you'd like to collaborate with?
Mainstream, Lauren Hill.
Okay.
Lauren Hill, she's like the best female artist of all time to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Her music, she's godly driven too. If you really listen to her lyrics, great artist. I would love to, collaborate with her. As far as under the radar, I would
Yeah.
say this guy named Hezekiah. He's a
Okay.
Hebrew Israelite, you know, artist. Dude is, amazing. He speaks. You can hear the scriptures in his music.
Wow.
So
Very cool,
for
man.
sure.
Very cool. Now, as far as the Kansas City music scene, so I do a lot of interviews
Mhm.
for local artists. I've done interviews at the Mecca. I've done interviews for New Music Wednesdays. I've done interviews for Tunes and Tacos. Are there any spots or any like artist slots you'd really like to get into to do your music?
As far as like performing,
Yeah.
I would love to perform at the Kansas City Award Show.
Okay.
They do it every year.
Yeah.
They got one coming up on the 26th. I'm actually attend that. Um, but yeah, it's a big stage. I like a lot of people. You know what I'm
You
saying?
like that limelight, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah. I
Well,
feel ya.
not the limelight. I wouldn't say the limelight. I just want to get my message out to people.
So you want the exposure.
Not even that. Not even.
Okay.
It's just like, because I don't do this for exposure. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It's just like I want my message to be heard. It's like I want to
Gotcha.
stay under the radar, but my message to be everywhere, so people can be. It inspires somebody to follow God and want to pick up that Bible and be obedient. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Very
reason
cool.
why I do music. And but yeah, I would love to perform in front of a lot of people too.
Yeah.
It's just an excitement. More people, more excitement.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome, man. It sounds like you're very authentic, very humble, and you're doing your music for the right reasons,
For
which
sure.
is really cool, man. So, as we look at like the Kansas City music scene, I know you've mentioned you'd like to collaborate with like Lauryn Hill and maybe another under the radar artist. But what about anybody local? Is there anybody here in Kansas City that you'd like to collaborate with?
Yeah, unfortunately he passed. We was gonna do a song. His name is Two Gun Kiwi. We all know Two Gun.
Okay.
Two Gun Kiwi was a legendary or local artist in the Kansas City community. Um, yeah, we was in talks of doing a song, and he got unfortunately he passed,
Yeah.
and but other artists, I haven't been too into it. I like what Genesis Mariah doing. She's doing her
Yeah.
thing. I see her. I like consistency in people. So like I've
Yeah.
been seeing her a lot. I don't know too many artists. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't been in tune with the scene for real since. Because I'm from the old era. I know
Sure.
all the old era artists like Young Davy, Ron Ron.
Yeah.
You know. Two Gun Kiwi and a few of my homies in that, but other than that, I don't know too many new artists. I see a few though. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah. So I actually just did an interview with Genesis Mariah. Shout out Genesis.
for
She's
sure.
absolutely killing it. Not only is she an amazing artist, but she's multi talented. She's now a co host for the Ozone Show,
That's what's up,
which
man.
is they're producing this really cool podcast called Through the Garage.
Hmm.
Uncle Main is co-hosting it, and they have special guests coming on, and it's a lot of fun. Everybody check out Through the Garage. That's going to be an amazing show.
Check that out.
But yeah, man, that's cool that you'd like to work with Genesis. Let me ask you, like, what should the people know about your music that you haven't already kind of shared?
I put my all into it, my whole heart into my music. Like it's reality. Whatever I'm
Yeah,
feeling at the moment, that's how I'm creating. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like it could be a love song, it can be a just a spiritual song, a truthful song. It can be, you know, therapeutic. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's whatever how I'm feeling at the time. I like to make love songs though. I really
Okay,
love doing love songs. I'm gonna start putting out a lot of those. So if I want to like collaborate with an artist like Genesis Mariah,
yeah,
it'll be something sort of that type of song. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But yeah, just positive music. People make people think better. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of negative music it inspire you to be negative. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So I just want to keep making positive, good music.
Very cool. So it sounds like with your music, just from our conversation, you're in a couple different lanes. Do you have like a preferred lane? Is it the love songs? Is that really where you want to take your music?
Yeah, and then again, like I want all around. I want to be all the way round, well rounded. So like everything, but I really like doing love songs, but also I like the other music I do too. The
Okay.
truthful music. That's when you hear that scripture in there and my life story and what I'm going through and how I'm feeling. I'm very like I don't care what people think of me. I'm gonna say whatever
Yeah.
about myself, how I truly feel. I don't leave nothing out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for sure.
So whenever you first started at 12, were you doing more like trap and drill music and then you kind of progressed into more of a godly lane? Like what were you doing when you were younger? What type of music were you doing then?
When I was younger, it wasn't no trap because
Okay.
I wasn't a trap guy, but it was just more like fun music. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like smoking and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Okay.
no negative, too negative. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So.
Very cool, man. Very cool. So, as far as the future goes, man, what do you see? Where do you see yourself in the next like 6 months to a year? Do you see yourself performing for, big crowds? What's the future look like for you?
I see myself, for the next 3 months or so, two or two and a half. I'm just dropping nothing but singles,
Okay.
with content, visuals, and all that. Then we're gonna get into like an album or EP.
Okay.
So like, I'm recording music for now and for later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so basically, and performing too, because I definitely want to perform in some bigger crowds. Next year, be at the Kansas City Awards and perform. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I just, I want some more excitement, with the music now.
Yeah.
So,
I feel that, man. So, do you have a team or do you kind of work solo?
man, I've been working solo. I've been doing it
Yeah.
myself. Like, I used to have a team when I was younger though. That didn't really work. We was
Yeah.
young and I had different type of friends. I had friends that was in the streets, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it just a lot of things didn't work out as well like as it should have,
Sure.
but I feel like it's meant, you know, you
Yeah.
know. But I learned so much from different artists, you know,
Yeah.
the business and everything like that. I'm navigating in the right way right
Yeah.
now. So
Very cool. So do you see yourself, I mean, as you get bigger, it's going to be hard to manage everything solo.
for sure,
You're
for
going
sure.
to have an assistant for scheduling. You're going to have somebody for your audio visual. Do you see yourself maybe joining a label?
Um, I see myself building a team. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? As I progress, I don't really care for the label. I would definitely see myself getting like a distribution deal, something like
Okay.
that. I feel like I don't really need a label. You know what I'm saying? The more that my music spread out, I want to just travel. What I plan to do is like get enough music done to where I can just travel and then just get my information out to different, you know, regions and stuff like that so we
Yeah.
can just spread it out, you know?
Very cool.
So it's
Very
it's
cool.
very possible, you know. It's very possible.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's just hard to do everything yourself.
No, for sure.
It's really commendable that you're doing it right now. But I can tell you just from my time interviewing artists around Kansas City, that's one of the things I hear is like, at some point you got to have a team. And the big thing when you build your team, you got to have people you trust. Because I've
No, for
heard
sure.
so many stories of people getting screwed out of their deals, getting their music shelved because the label just didn't like the direction of their music. I mean, they put their heart and soul into their music and then it gets shelved. That's
Hmm.
got to be so frustrating. So when you build that team, make sure you got people you 100% trust,
For
man.
sure, for sure. Like you know, it's trust is built through, you know, being real. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Being real from the gate, and you know, definitely gonna build a team in the future. Um, yeah, you know, just right now, I'm just doing it myself, grinding. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I got some plans in effect right now. Just putting the music together and go travel. You got to hit that road. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm definitely gonna hit that road pretty soon, and just get my music out to other regions. You know.
For sure. One of the things that stood out to me whenever I think I watched a couple of your music videos, you
Mhm.
sent them to me. You have really cool visuals and really good videography for your videos. Are you're not doing that all by yourself, right? I mean, you have to have somebody shooting that footage.
Oh, for sure. That's RGB. RGB
RGB.
is a
Okay.
very good. Um, you know, he does good with the music videos and everything. His thing is clean, man. I advise y'all to go to RGB for sure.
What's his at?
I forgot what it's. You really could just type in RGB and he'll pop up. I
He'll
don't
pop
really
up.
know.
Okay.
I think it's RGB Films. Look up RGB Films on Instagram. You can see his work.
Okay. Yeah,
So
everybody tap in with RGB.
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
because that was one of the things that really stood out, man. The visuals were really
Yeah.
dope, for
You
sure.
gotta have clean visuals. Like, you know, good music and clean visuals is gonna be a seller. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? So
absolutely.
make sure your visuals is clean. You going to a good, you know, trustworthy person that can shoot your videos for sure.
Absolutely. So we've had really a wide ranging interview here, man. I appreciate you kind of, taking the time and talking to me. What do you want to leave the viewers with?
Hey, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, I'm here to inspire anybody to get closer to God. You know, keep tapping into my music. You can find me on Instagram or TikTok, Marcus underscore Redmond underscore. You know what I'm saying? You can look up me on all platforms. Uh, YouTube, Marcus Redmond KC. That's where you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. But yeah, just stay inspired, keep God first, put God first, stay obedient to God, and you stay faithful to God, He gonna stay faithful to you.
Very cool, man. Well, we really appreciate you coming down, man.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, I want you to tap in with Marcus. He's got great music. It's one of those things where he sent me his music, and I was like, dude, I want you on my podcast, man. I think you've got a really great message, and I want my viewers to hear it. So I really appreciate you. That's great. You guys got all his ads. Definitely follow him. And if you like this episode, I would really appreciate it if you guys would like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's really how we grow. The biggest thing you can do is word of mouth. Tell your friends, especially if you've got artists in your network. That's really important because that's really who this brand and show focuses on, is giving a platform to artists. So definitely tell them. And again, we really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.